Hero-class patrol vessels built in Halifax was unveiled today, but the big job, building ships for the Canadian Navy, is still ahead. Karl Risser is with the CAW Marine Workers Federation here in Halifax. I know it's good to see another Halifax-made Coast Guard ship out there bobbing around in the basin, but I guess the big prize is still being waited for. That's the combat vessels being built for the Canadian Navy. How are we doing there?
Yeah, well, we're 2015 is the date that they're looking forward to getting this thing going and starting the build process of this thing. And their Arctic patrol ships are on the agenda, and we want to make sure that that happens. So we're keeping a close eye on the negotiations between Harper and Mr. Irving to make sure that that comes out on time in 2015 and doesn't get any further delays.
Well, because I think when people thought they heard the announcement the first time around, they thought the ships would start being built pretty soon, and now it's been delayed.
Yes, and that's part of the process. Our union's been at this for a long time, and our campaign has always been build ships in Canada by Canadian workers for Canadians, right? And that's what our campaign has been. It's a long campaign, and parts of this will be delays, changing governments. There's all kinds of things that can delay this process. So we have to keep a close eye on it as Nova Scotians because we've made a big investment in this, and it's a great thing. It's creating quality jobs in an area that needs it the most.
You've been busy working on a workplace agreement with the Irvings.
Yes, we have. We've been in bargaining now for 11 months, and we're working really hard with our negotiating committee to get a good deal for those members, increasing the benefits to them, and representing being able to attract the skilled trades that we need to build these ships for Canada.
Tell me about the time when the Coast Guard vessels are built and done, and you're waiting for the combat vessel work to begin. There's going to be a time you're going to have to bridge people in there. How concerned are you about keeping the workforce there?
Well, we have 9 ships to build, and we've just signed over the second one to the Coast Guard. So part of that bridging will be possibly to renew 3 more of these vessels. So with these types of ships that we're building now, there's an option to build 3 more, and if that were to come forward from the Coast Guard, that would also help us bridge. But there is a bit of a gap there, so that's why it's important that we keep focused on 2015 and don't let any other further delays come our way.
But are you confident you're going to be able to keep those workers in place without having them drift off to Newfoundland or out to Alberta to do work?
I think that goes back to negotiations. We need a competitive wage rate for skilled trades, and so we can attract the workers, maintain those workers, and keep them here, right? And we're going to lose some workers to out west and to those types of things because just some people are going to go out there. But we're confident that we're taking the right steps to get our wage rate where it needs to be to attract the workers we have. Right now, we're just under 1,000 skilled trades in the Halifax shipyards, and the sky's the limit as far as what we're going to do to try to recruit people.
What is your list of workers looking for work here in Halifax looking like right now? Are you seeing people from Alberta and Newfoundland looking to get back home to Nova Scotia?
I think you see the starts of that, but I don't think that. I think people realize that with the date 2015, people realize that there's still some time there before the bang and bust cycles that we've been fighting end, right? I mean, nothing's really changed a whole lot for us other than we have this new construction and we have the repair work on the frigates, but we still are going to suffer some ups and downs between now and 2015. So I think people see that, so they're just kind of holding out a bit on that end.
Are you confident you can get the workforce you need given the difference in wages and so on with other parts of the country?
Well, it's going to be an incredible challenge, but that's a good challenge to have, and our union's up to try to work with the employer to make sure we recruit the Canadian workers to build these ships for Canadians, right?
It's an exciting time for shipbuilding. Thanks for talking to us about it.
Thank you.
And now it's over to you. How optimistic are you about the federal contract to build combat